Good afternoon, everybody, dear colleagues, and thank you, Dominique Mollard, for inviting me to talk to you about this question, how to choose the best approach between résorbable and non-résorbable threads. It's not so difficult, it's easy. I hope it will be easy for you within 10 minutes. These are not threads sustaining the roof, but these are threads. I hope they are not résorbable. So you've seen this picture. Everyone knows this picture, thanks to you, Denis Guillot. You have permanent spring thread for body, for face. These are half silhouettes left were permanent and resorbable, and now silhouettes soft are all resorbable. Active, happy lift, aptos, and cogs, and many more. Remember, the practitioner doesn't choose. He suggests, he explains, he influences, but the patient always chooses. To help choose, you have theory and practice. You must know theory, but practice is important in your office, in your clinic. So, quickly remember theory. For permanent threads, you have polyamide. They are not so permanent, but they slowly resorb with years, in several years. You have polypropylene, Prolene, and quill, active, and silhouette lift. You can find on the market polyester silicone wrap, which is spring thread. They are neutral resistant monofilament, used smooth or texture by knitting to grip tissues, and the cogs are sharp or round. Resorbable threads can find on the market polyglycolic acid, and for instance glycolic acid, caprolactone, and mixed or PDO. Which is important is this column, because this is the efficiency time. This is the full resorption time, but the efficiency time is shorter than the full resorption time, of course, because in a few weeks or months, the threads, they lose their efficiency when they are partly absorbed, of course. So their effect is not a so long effect. The more is maybe polylactic and PDO. Probably, I say probably, they the skin develops neocollagenesis around the threads. So probably the effect is little more longer than 3 months or 4 weeks, because you have some fibrosis and neocollagenesis around the threads. But we cannot measure this efficiency time. But it's not so long. So I couldn't find I needed absorbable threads. I couldn't find good threads on the market, so I went to Korea to find a manufacturer to manufacture my own threads. That was my chart my specification I asked, and I developed some threads. But 90% of the threads I insert are permanent. This is just for my patients who want absorbable threads. Why? Patients, they think with absorbable threads they have more safety because they say, well within 1 year, threads will remove, so this is safe. I'm not sure it's so safe. I think it's false security. Why? Because threads, permanent threads such as spring threads, are certified medical CE devices, and they are class 2B. What does that mean? Class 2B means they are safe, they are neutral, they do not interfere with the body, with the skin. So they are completely neutral. Absorbable threads, they interfere with the skin, of course, because the skin tries to remove, to absorb them. So there is an interference. So you can have side effects and bad reaction. And the second reason is a practical reason. If you have a problem in a few weeks or a few months, and if you want to remove the threads, permanent threads, you can remove it. Of course, it's easy in the first week. You can remove a permanent thread easily. In 2 or 3 months, it's not so easy, but you can. But with an absorbable thread, you cannot, because it is partly absorbed, but partly resorbed. So you can just remove a part, or when you pull hard to remove it, you just take off just a little part of the thread. So this is why I said it is a false security. Another question, which is not really a question of absorbability or permanent, but a question when you use absorbable threads is the cogs. Cogs are often made by cutting the threads with a knife and to make the barbs, the cogs sharp cogs. And so the thread is not so strong. You can see here it's thinner. If you choose an absorbable thread, you must choose a thread that has cog added on the thread, not cutting method. This is also important. Now, practical discussions with your patient. Between absorbable or permanent, you have no differences in preparation, preparing the patient, preparing your threads. No differences with the technical procedure. It is the same procedure to insert permanent or absorbable threads. It's the same time procedure for me to insert 3 pairs of spring threads. For instance, it takes 2 hours for me, 1 hour preparation, prepare everything, and 1 hour to insert. It's the same time. Same pain. I mean, really no pain because it is under local anesthesia. And same downtime. So what are the differences between absorbable or permanent? Differences, and you can explain to your patient. Lasting effect is maximum with resorbable, maximum 1 year. Big maximum. But as we've seen, it's between 3 months and 1 year. And permanent are 2 up to 5 years. Elasticity. Spring thread, for instance, are set 25. I measured 20. Elasticity with resorbable are between 0 and 5. PDO are very, very low. They have low elasticity. Fluage. You know what is fluage? It's French term. Is it the same in English? Fluage? Fluage. The fluage. It's a loss of elasticity. So if the thread loses its strongness and elasticity, is not good. But depends with resorbable threads, and it is you have low fluage with, for instance, thin thread. Complications depends, and between 0 and 5 with permanent threads. Cogs, they are usually sharp with resorbable, and they are round with spring thread. So they are easy to remove if you need to remove a spring thread. And it is not easy with resorbable, as I said previously. And what is important for the patient, they ask for first lasting effect, and they ask for the price. So the price, if for permanent threads the price is 1, as it takes same time, same procedure, and it's nearly the same price. The only difference is the difference of the price of the threads. But my price for my scale is the same. So if the price is 1 with permanent threads, it is just 0.9 with resorbable. So it's nearly the same price. So they would prefer permanent for lasting effect 2 to 5 years than less than 1 year for the same price, nearly the same price. For face, there is a choice, as I explained. For body, there is no choice. I think, but you are a specialist, Alexander, of body. You need strong, long threads, so you need permanent threads, I think. For the face, this is my technique. I use an easy technique, which is not easy lift, it's different. I'm going to show you my technique tomorrow on a patient. And now please don't take pictures of my patients, because I have no authorization. Okay, and if you take film, don't use it on the internet or just for you. I show you my patients. This is before. No picture, please. Please? No picture of my patients. And just after, you see 3 points. Insertions of spring threads. Another patient, just after. This one, the lower part of the face is the result, immediate result with spring threads, and the medium part is hyaluronic acid here and maybe here for cheekbones. Another patient before and at day 45. This one you can take pictures if you want, because television I inserted threads in Riga, Latvia, and the Latvian television came for a reportage on television, so no problem. This one is okay for being on the internet. And you see the 3 points, 1, 2, 3, and the threads, long threads, 1, 2, 3, up there. This is in my clinic. This is behind the ears because it's for the neck, and the neck you must go behind the ears, and I use permanent threads for the neck. So no picture, please, for this patient. Neck before, and neck after at month 4. Another patient, before and after. I think this is control at 1 month. The same patient. Now, the body, all these are way of insertion. I do not use this way of insertion. I have my own technique. This is my, so no patient, please. No picture, please, because I not authorization. This was in Uzbekistan. I go in many countries in the world to teach about these threads. And this patient was in Uzbekistan. And after. Buttocks. So buttocks, you want to take pictures? You can. Okay. Next, my patient. No picture, please. Insertion. This is straight technique, just straight. And before and after, just after. Conclusion. For facial threads, most often the patient comes in to the doctor with a determined beforehand choice. But you have to advise him and in his decision, and you can change his decision. And for body, of course, I think permanent threads are better. For more informations, you can have many informations on this website, sommerfs.org. And you have many information in French and in English. And then I think you get the best information about threads on this website. It is an association, non-profit association. So this would be my conclusion. And if you need to contact me, there is no problem. You can contact me by telephone or mail or my website. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Didier.
If you have questions?
Yes, if there is any questions that Didier can answer. I personally have one, a technical one. I've seen that your insertion for neck is very high behind the hair. So how is your approach to go on the, to go like a hammock? So if you're very high here, it's very difficult to go this way. If you're lower, I think it's easier to go under the neck. I mean, this is my opinion, but I want to have yours.
Oh, you mean because of the needles?
The point of insertion for you is very high behind the ear.
Yes, so of course.
I think it's a little bit difficult then to go all the way down and around.
And you will see tomorrow. Not the same technique on for the neck or for the face.
I know the technique.
But
it was the point of insertion that I was aware of.
It's not really a problem, because from here, the bone, the mastoid bone, to the neck, the needle, the blunt needle, they are not needle but blunt needle, is just the length. And I always bend the needle. So with a straight needle, I could not do the job. But I always bent the needle for the face or for the neck. And it's just the length. And I can go from the middle of the neck to the mastoid bone, no problem.
Okay. Thank you.